Hey Canucks fans, with 13 games to go and a playoff spot looking very unlikely, I think it's time that we talk about expectations for the last part of the season. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, March the 31st. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I'm getting much better, thank you. My voice is a tiny bit better, but I don't want to strain it. So I'm going to speak very quietly today and very close to the microphone. So if you can survive another 7 or 8 minutes of this, then I think you'll enjoy this vlog. If not, and you want to take a break from me for a day, I won't blame you at all. So last night, the Canucks lose 4-3 to the St. Louis Blues. I would love to see a bit more of a push from the Canucks, especially at the start of the third period. But we saw a tired team, a team that was playing their fifth game in 8 nights. We saw a team without their captain and one of their minute leaders in Bo Horvat not playing after the first period. Apparently he was sick heading into the game yesterday. He was sick this morning, so he missed practice. So hopefully he gets better soon. It's a non-COVID related illness. And then you already were minus Höglander, Dickinson, Highmore, Mott was traded. So you can see that the Canucks simply got with guys with Patan and Lockwood and Chason. They simply didn't have enough firepower last night, although Chason was the one who scored one of the first Canucks goals. So I don't want to recap last night's game too much. I think Thatcher Demko, we're starting to see that he's a little bit fatigued. I think at least the first goal, the one that went through his armpit, he would like that one back. The other ones, I'm not so sure. But at least that one showed that maybe he was a little bit tired. I think you saw a team that, I think this whole season has caught up to them. Quite frankly, they've tried so hard. They pushed so hard. They still have like a 640 points percentage under Boudreau, which is awesome. That over a full season, that would put them in a playoff spot for sure. But they started in such a hole. And now, let's be realistic. They have 73 points in 69 games. They have 13 games left. They really got to get to 95 or 97 points. So they have to go 11-2 or 12-1. So at most, they can lose 2 games, but because they don't even have the tiebreaker, they probably can only lose 1 game. Now, it's not impossible, but 12-1 seems very unlikely. I don't think anyone has done that in the league this year. But obviously, I'm still going to cheer this team on. I'm still a fan. I've invested a lot of time, money, and energy into this team. I want to continue vlogging about a good team, or at least a team that entertains us. So that's what I'm going to keep doing for sure. But as I kind of hinted at the end of the first loss to St. Louis, we have to be realistic too. As optimistic, as positive as I am, we have to be realistic. And right now, it's just too big of a gap and too many teams to pass. Winnipeg is playing better. We're not going to catch Edmonton. Dallas has so many games in hand. So really, you can start by beating Vegas back-to-back in the next 2 and then see what happens. But even if you win the next 2, now you have to go 9-2 as opposed to 11-2. I guess that's not as bad, but let's take it game by game. As the Canucks are going to, they can only control what they can control, and that is winning on the ice. So today, the day after losing 4-3 to St. Louis, they practiced like this. They had Pearson, Miller, and Garland as the top line still. With no Horvat, they had Petey, Patan, and Besser. So let's try that again. Miller, Pearson, and Garland was the top line. Then Petey, Patan, and Besser was the second line. I'm not sure if Patan was in the middle or Pettersson was in the middle. Looks like it was Patan. And then you had Dickinson returning to practice with Chason and Lamico. And then you had a fourth line of Richardson, Lockwood, and Podkolzin. So that would mean that, there was no extra forwards because with Horvat out, you had all 12 skating. On D, you had Oyel with Myers, you had Hughes with Shen, and then Tucker Pullman got a regular practice shift with Travis Dermott on the third line. So Dermott and Pullman. And that means that Hunt got bumped down to the extra, playing with Brady Keeper skating for the first time, which is great, or at least joining the team for the first time since his injury in Abbotsford training camp. I was there. I saw it happen. It was very scary. And then Kyle Burrows was the 9th defenseman, also skating as an extra forward. So don't want to read too much into this because the Canucks still have tomorrow and Saturday before they play against Vegas on Sunday. Horvat could be back by then. You'd expect him to slide in, and then Patan would come out. And then maybe you have Dickinson, who does indeed play. So we will see what happens leading up to Sunday night. For the last couple of minutes, I just want to talk about expectations. I want to talk about expectations for this team. And in particular, what are your expectations for them for the last 13 games? Is it you want to see young... I hate talking about this because you're basically conceding that the season is over. And again, mathematically, they still have a chance, but we also have to be realistic as well. So is your expectation you want to see young guys play, i.e. the Lockwoods of the world, the Jack Rathbones of the world, although we have a lot of defensemen now, so we'll see. Is that something that you love to see, is to see development of, or maybe even bring up Klimovich for a game or two and see guys like Klimovich and Lockwood and Rathbone? Or is your priority you want to get the guys that were injured, that missed a lot, get them playing back again so you can at least do a better evaluation of them before you go in the off season and maybe make moves, i.e. Jason Dickinson, who's been a disappointment as a third line center, i.e. Tucker Pullman, who you could say has been a bit of a disappointment as a right shot D-man. So those are two guys that will be coming back from injury. Is your expectation that you hope to see Brandon Sutter even play for a few games at the end of this season? And I'd love to say maybe you see Aidan McDonough, but Aidan McDonough is not going to sign with the Canucks just yet. Otherwise, I'd love to see him get that late season college tryout that guys like, not tryout, but joining the team guys, things like Besser and Hughes have done in the past. So I've laid out 4 or 5 things for you there. Is it seeing young guys? Is it seeing guys return from injury and evaluating them? Is it seeing a guy like Sutter come back? Is it looking for chemistry among lines and deep pairings? So there are so many things that the Canucks can do while trying to win games. And I'm not saying that they give up now with 13 games to go, but really they can only afford to lose 1 or 2 more. So maybe you go with your strongest lineup for the next. Maybe you go with your strongest lineup until you're mathematically eliminated, and then you can start to play some of the younger guys and experiment with line combinations and deep pairings and give guys who have played all season a bit of a rest. So, and maybe one thing also including that is giving Halak maybe half the games. As soon as the Canucks get mathematically eliminated, maybe Halak plays half the games as opposed to 1 out of every 2 or 1 out of every 3 or 1 out of every 4. So I've left a few options for you. Tell me what aside from the Canucks trying to win every game, what would be your expectations for the rest of the season? What do you want to see from this club? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to read, react, and reply. Again, thank you for all the well wishes. Believe it or not, I feel great. I have no headache, no fever, no sniffles. It's not even a sore throat. It's just a scratchy throat. So we'll see how I do over the next couple of days. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. And Advanced CD Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. And to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, and Hall of Fame members Jez95, Simalexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM, Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovelander. Thank you for your support as always. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. As always, subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, just leave the door, leave a comment below if you like to, and sorry, I got distracted there, you guys. So subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, leave a comment down below if you like to, and definitely become a member or upgrade if you like to. Let me know your expectations for the rest of this season. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.